There's an old expression, is what I'm trying to say. You've heard it, that a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting its shoes on. Well, that's even more true in our age of social media. And certainly after a major event like the assassination attempt on former President Trump over the weekend. Fortunately, we've got CBS News cybersecurity expert and analyst Chris Krebs to help us sort through all of this. He's the best there is. Chris Krebs, good to see you. Help, help, help.
Morning.
We really need you this morning. You know, within seconds of that horrible incident on Saturday, there were already the conspiracy theories. One was this was a staged incident to help benefit him, which seems outrageous considering one person died and 2 others were wounded. Yeah. The second was, well, this was really a coordinated effort to take him out. So when you're watching this and you're sitting at home and you're listening to all these things, what steps can you take to make sure that you're getting the right information? Because the misinformation is off the charts these days.
Well, I think first things first is consider the source. Is this person in a position to know the information that they're relaying to you? And I would also suggest check your confirmation bias. If this really hits your heartstrings, maybe step back and think, am I being targeted? Am I being provided information to make me think a certain way or even act a certain way? And then lastly, again, go to official sources, go to authoritative sources that would be in the know, whether it's a law enforcement official, local police, or when it comes to elections, of course, go to the election official in your jurisdiction.
Where's the misinformation coming from for the most part, do you think?
All over, frankly. You know, we have seen, as Jason Miller just mentioned, I think a return, at least temporarily, to normalcy across the political elites. We are seeing a more, you know, that lower temperature that we've been hearing about. So it has not been as much from the political elites. It has been, however, online from influencers as well as some of our foreign adversaries. My team at Sentinel Labs has seen a group we call Doppelganger. It's a Russian-based disinformation group spreading headlines over the last day or so that is really trying to undermine and continue to sow division here in the U.S., as well as send the message back to Russia that, hey, look over there. Things aren't great. They're just fine here in Russia. This is the right place to be.
But Chris, you mentioned influencers. These are American social media influencers. Are they being impacted somehow by the structure of social media, the incentives for them to push content? Is that part of this snowball?
In many cases, yes, they are U.S.-based, but they're also international. You can't really tell, right? Remember, consider the source. You can't really tell where someone's based because not all of these accounts are real personas. They sometimes are fake or they're cover identities. But yes, the incentive structures of social media today are set up so, particularly when you have a high-stakes event like an attempted assassination, that there's a lot of opportunity for clicks and eyeballs and engagement. And the way the monetization structure works on some of these platforms is the more outrageous things that you post, you get more clicks and you can get paid on the other side. In a moment like that, when everyone is looking for information, you're going to see high rates of engagement. And therefore, I think, again, due to the incentive structures, outlandish, outrageous conspiracies, as Gayle pointed out early on.
Yeah, Chris, it's Vlad. That expression that Gayle used, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting its shoes on. Why is that? Why are human beings prone to engaging in conspiracy theories? And as a security expert, does that worry you that that happens so frequently here now in this very divided time that we're living in?
It's almost a biological response. It's psychological, right? It's a fight or flight motion almost, where you hear something that really, again, hits you in the heartstrings, and it gets your emotions going, it gets the energy going, and so you want to chase that down. But to the point, officials, even in traditional media, are acting responsibly, not speculating, they're confirming information. So there is going to always be a lag in getting the true accounting of what just happened. And again, you saw that in many of the headlines Saturday evening of shots fired or the president falls, the former president falls. Online, though, there is no accounting mechanism, so you can immediately say that the president was, was almost assassinated. And there is always going to be a time distance.
That is such a good point, Chris Krebs. Thank you so much.